6 months ago, your team chose DynamoDB over PostgreSQL. Today, a new engineer asks why. You dig through Slack messages, meeting notes, email threads. Nothing. The decision exists, but the reasoning is lost. Welcome to Architecture Archaeology, digging through digital artifacts to understand why your system looks the way it does. Teams report that senior engineers joining their projects take 40 to 60% longer to understand system architecture when decision reasoning isn't captured. But there's a solution. Architecture Decision Records. ADRs are short documents that capture a single architectural decision and the reasoning behind it. 3 questions. What did we decide? Why? And what happens because of it? ADRs use a 5-section template that ensures consistency. Title, a short noun phrase like use PostgreSQL for transactional data storage. Status, one of proposed, accepted, deprecated, or superseded by ADR and NNN. Context, the forces at play, business requirements, technical constraints, team capabilities, timeline pressure. Be honest about what you didn't know. Decision, the choice you made, stated in active voice. Write, we will use X, not X was chosen. Consequences, both the good and the bad. What gets easier? What gets harder? What new constraints does this create? Context capture is crucial. Record the forces, constraints, and uncertainty present when making decisions. Business requirements. Must handle financial transactions with ACI'd guarantees. Technical limitations. Team has PostgreSQL expertise, but no DynamoDB experience. Timeline pressure. Launch in 8 weeks. Include what you didn't know. Uncertain about read patterns at scale. This honesty prevents future second-guessing. ADRs progress through a defined life cycle. Proposed, under review, seeking feedback, accepted, approved, and being implemented. Deprecated, still in use but no longer recommended for new work. Superseded by ADR NNN, replaced by a newer decision. This status field tells you exactly where each decision stands in your architecture's evolution. Here's the key insight. Once an ADR is accepted, never edit it. Instead, write a new ADR with status supersedes ADR NNN and explain what changed. This preserves the historical record. Think of your ADR log like an append-only event store. You can trace how your architecture evolved and understand the context that led to each change. Number your ADRs sequentially. ADR 001, ADR 002, and so on. Cross-reference them. Over time, you build a navigable graph of decisions. ADR 003 might reference ADR 001 for database choice and be referenced by ADR 007 for caching strategy. When you onboard new engineers, the ADR log becomes a guided tour of why the system looks the way it does. Avoid these mistakes. Writing ADRs after the fact with revisionist context. Capture decisions when they're made, including uncertainty. Making ADRs too long. A good ADR is 1 to 2 pages, not a design document. Not recording rejected alternatives, the why not, is often more valuable than the why. Treating ADRs as bureaucratic overhead instead of team knowledge. ADRs create an immutable historical record that accelerates team knowledge transfer. When that new engineer joins 6 months from now, they won't need to become architecture archaeologists. They'll have a guided tour of every significant decision, with full context and reasoning preserved. Your future self will thank you.